What is the coolest thing you can do with a hoverboard? Exactly, build the Green Goblin's glider. The big problem is, I have no idea how a hoverboard actually works. Come join me in the creation process of this iconic object and discover how I almost broke my arm along the way.
Hi, this is an old video that I made for my first YouTube channel in French. It has been translated and adapted by me, no AI, so please enjoy.
In this mini-series, I will be recreating some of the most iconic objects from my favorite superheroes and supervillains. For this project, I choose an item from one of my favorite supervillains, the Green Goblin glider. Today, I'm going to become the Green Goblin. I grew up in the 90s, which is why I love Sam Raimi's Spider-Man movies and the animated series. Let's start by defining our main objectives. The glider needs to look as close as possible to the one from the movies. It must be printable using standard-sized 3D printers. And even though I won't actually be flying, I want it to be functional thanks to the hoverboard. And to test the final result, I invited a friend of mine to film a sequence that almost got completely out of control. First things first, I need some training. I had never used a hoverboard in my life, so I had to spend a few hours practicing. It was fun, but I won't lie, I took a few falls along the way. Okay, now let's see how a hoverboard actually works. For this, I'm going to use my favorite technique, taking it apart. When I was a kid, I used to watch my mom take things apart to understand how they work. I know there are plenty of resources online, but sometimes I just like to start this way. Now that the hoverboard is fully disassembled, let's take a look inside. Inside we find several PCBs containing all the sensors and control circuits. These boards include the most important components of the hoverboard. Pressure switches that activate when you press them with your feet. These switches send analog signals to control the speed. Depending on which switch is activated, the hoverboard moves forward or backward. So now we have a general idea of how it works. The more pressure you apply, the faster it moves. That's basically the whole system. I'm not going to modify any of this. I will simply use the metal body as reference for designing my glider. To do that, I will take some general measurements and create a sketch that will help me with the 3D modeling and 3D printing.
This project was sponsored by SolidWorks for Makers. You can find the link on the description down below, and with this code you can get 20% off. Now let's continue with the project.
To model the glider, I'm going to use X-Shape, which allows me to quickly create organic shapes. I use reference photos of the glider to model the overall form. What's great about this tool is that I can use also parametric options, similar to traditional CAD software. Once the base shape is done, I will move on to mechanical adjustments. Here I have a miniature version of the glider. The mission now is to assemble this model onto the hoverboard without interfering with its functionality. And this is me. This figure represents how we'll be standing on the glider. I think the 3D design turned out really well. Now I just hope I will be able to control it without any problem. Later on, I realized that my feet wouldn't fit properly in the assembly, but we will deal with that later. To prove that you can build this too, I will be printing all the parts using standard 3D printers. Of course, that's mean printing many separate pieces, so we will need to glue everything together. When working on assembles like this, it's important to be methodical and label each piece carefully. I will explain the entire assembly process step by step, so you can follow along. First, I sound all the contact surfaces to create a proper addition. Then I apply epoxy glue to create a strong bond. Once the glue has cured, I reinforce the joint using hot staples. The process is long but necessary if you want a solid final piece. And here I have half of the glider. Now we will repeat the exactly same steps for the other half. One issue I encountered during fabrication is that each footpad moves independently, which made it impossible to rigidly mount the glider. To solve this, I use a PVC pipe installed between these 3D printer brackets. This setup will absorb the movement and will allow the glider to be mounted on the tube instead of directly on the hoverboard shell. This main piece connects both elements and also makes installation and transportation a lot easier. Now let's move on to another iconic Green Goblin piece, the helmet. For this I downloaded a 3D file from Beck 3D and scaled it using the same method shown in the previous video. If you're interested on knowing more about post-processing, I will leave the link down in the description. For the eyes, I use thermoforming and a micro-perforated sheet to achieve a better look. So now back to the glider. I made the final adjustments before post-processing. As mentioned earlier, my feet didn't fit through the openings in the model. So I had to carefully cut the plastic to fix the issue. After that, I sanded everything and filled imperfections using body filler. And it's starting to look really good. Now it's time for paint. I applied a metallic base coat, followed by a clear coat tinted with violet. The final details will be the flames. For this, I went back to X-Shape, so I could install LEDs inside later. Remember, all the files are available for free on printables. I printed the flames in translucent red PETG, so the LEDs will shine through nicely. Here are the flames freshly printed. Now I just need to test them with the LEDs. For that, I'm using a simple power bank connected directly to programmable LED strips. After installing the final details, it's time for the final reveal. If you decide to build this project yourself, please be careful. My friend Pat loves Spider-Man, so this project was the perfect excuse to film a sequence together. I hope you enjoyed this adaptation of the video. Don't forget to support the channel by subscribing so I can keep building more projects like this.